it's Grahame from Data Transmission, and today on The Big Question I'm with Simon Hills from Axtone. This is an IMS special, and so your big question is, what are your tips for mastering Spotify as an artist?
Okay, so what are my tips for mastering Spotify as an artist? Well, first of all, my first advice to any artist would be to get yourself signed up to Spotify for Artists. It's an amazing resource that is free to use. The first thing you can do is claim your profile as an artist, and once you've signed up to Spotify Artists, you can also, there's an accompanying app with it, and from there that puts you completely in control of your artist profile on Spotify. So there you can add press pictures, you can add a biog, you can change that at any point. You can also kind of link in all your shows as well if you've got shows coming up. You can also tag onto your profile your latest release, or you can also tag playlists that you might be working on as well. And that kind of leads on to another thing you can sort of do within Spotify is, if you're a DJ, you can kind of add your own playlists, and that's quite a good thing to do to sort of enable you to kind of help promote your own music and also promote some of your other friends' music, because that's one of the few things that you can sort of control within Spotify. So if you're kind of working on the playlist side of things, my kind of tip with that would be, the important thing is to be consistent, I think, and don't try and kind of overdo it. So maybe stick with one playlist, update maybe a few tracks each week. If you're a producer, maybe you could have a kind of playlist that's based around your influences or something like that, because that kind of helps you to create more of a story and maybe help your kind of followers to kind of understand a bit what your influences are. And that's the thing, you know, at least when you're on Spotify for Artists, you are more in control and you can tell a bit more of a story. And if you're a DJ, perhaps you could kind of, maybe you could sort of work around what is the core tracks in your set, and you know, some people's sets will change kind of week to week, and some DJ sets will change very little over a period of time. So kind of sort of have different approaches, but just to be consistent with it. And another thing that you get by signing up to Spotify for Artists is you get a lot of information about who's playing your music, how many streams you're getting, where those streams are happening, and with that kind of information you can kind of speak. If you've got an agent, you can give them that data and be like, okay, well, I'm getting a lot of plays in Mexico or something like that, and that can kind of help your argument to be getting more bookings and things like that. And you can also see which specific playlists are playlisting your music, and that's quite important. So it will give you the information about whether those are Spotify owned playlists or whether they're third-party playlists, and then with that info potentially you can approach these third-party playlisters, and each time you've got a new record you can let them know that's out, so maybe that enables them to kind of give you more support moving forward. So I think that in a nutshell.
That's great.
I hope that's kind of interesting for people, and yeah, my first port of call, just download Spotify for Artists, and you will unlock so much information, so many tools, so many widgets. Yeah, do that.
Thanks, man. Thanks for joining me. That's wicked. That's really interesting. Thank you.